This course is divided into 5 sections. Section 1 is tools. These are the techniques you will need to build on in the following sections. Section 2, offense. These are the attacks when you initiate the action. Section 3, defense. These will be the counters when you are attacked or your opponent initiates the action. Section 4, combinations. This will be a combination of various attacks and defenses that will build on the previous sections. Section 5, tool development. These will be the drills you will use to perfect the material you learned in previous sections.
Breaking in on the clinch. 2 ways. Number 1 is scooped. He jabs, I scoop, and I pull him into the 50-50. Throws a jab cross, I scoop, 50-50. Jab, scoop, 50-50. Jab cross, 50-50. Jab cross hook, 50-50. Jab cross hook. T formation, jab cross hook. 50-50, jab cross hook. T formation. Left kick, 50-50, right kick, 50-50, right knee, 50-50, shoot a double, 50-50. So these are all ways you're going to enter to get in to a clinch. Yeah, another way you're going to get into the clinch. Hands up. Go ahead and punch me. Oh, too late. I'm in. Punch. Okay, now he throws an overhand. Okay, so my goal when I go here on my Frankenstein is to stuff, hands up, stuff, and tie up. Same thing, he goes to punch, my chin is down, he goes to uppercut, I'm still into the clinch. Once we establish the clinch, what happens? A lot of guys back out. As I back out, he follows with a low cross and a high hook. Good. Again. Again. Good. So to stop this, he's going to follow up with a low cross high hook. He's going to spin back fist. Okay. Low cross high hook. Okay. So the key is the elbow stuff and quarter turn. He's going to backspin. Okay, one more time. He's going to backspin. He's going to follow out and try to punch. That's it. Elbow push. Okay, what we're going to do now is called the dirty boxing sequence, and it is part of kickboxing, part of MMA. And I see a lot of people with bits and pieces of it. I don't think they have a full game of it, but we're going to hit a few different ones that I really like to do, and we're going to really address a few different positions and arm positions. So Ben, first thing here is when you get the tie up, it's called 50-50. 50-50, the first thing you want to do when you hit the rib, this doesn't hurt the rib, but when you turn your knuckle, that hurts the rib. The second thing you're going to do is once you're hitting here, you're going to hit behind the head with the big knuckle. What's going to happen is his head's going to go down. Now once his head's down, you overhook the arm, and you're going to Cuban uppercut his face here. As you Cuban uppercut his face and his head pops up, you take your hand from your bicep, and you hit here, little short shots, then you hold his head, and then you sandwich the head. So that makes 5 shots. 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is uppercut, 4 is side hook, and 5 is sandwich. You're going to take the right hand from right here. You're going to take the right hand, and you're going to corkscrew the knuckles. This is number 1. Number 2, you're going to hit the outside back of the head. Number 3, when he puts his forehead, you're going to Cuban uppercut. Number 4, you're going to put your head here and your hand on the bicep, and you're going to side hammer fist his face. Bap, bap. Now you're going to put your left hand on the side of his head. Hold on, on this, not on his ear there, and sandwich and punch his face. Split it. Boosh. Okay? And now, Vic, it's your turn. So now hit behind the head. It's actually the ear on the other side. You're going to Cuban uppercut. You're going to put your head in the socket and your hand on the bicep, so you're going to hit sideways here. With the knuckle, big knuckle, hold the head and sandwich. Pap. Okay. The last shot is a sandwich shot, or you're going to split his head. Okay. So I'm going to let these guys go back and forth. 2, 3. That's it. 4, 5. These are 5 shots. Are you going to double up on some of these? Of course. You might double up to the body, hit behind the head, and then uppercut right away. Then you can sandwich the head right away. There's your sandwich. Bang! Switch, go. Body, head, uppercut, sandwich, bang. This is all off the 50-50 over-under position. The reason it's 50-50 is because you guys have equal ability. You're equal 50-50, also known as the over-under. Okay, so anti-grappling, there's 3 things. Number 1, you use your hand here, or here, or here, or here, or here to the face, like this. And your goal is to set up your uppercut, and your cross, and your hook. Your uppercut, which is your bolo, your hook, uppercut, and cross. And the goal is the circle. Number 2 is your foot bounces, so you have the knee, using your forearm. Number 3 is you push it and then you kick it. You push it and then you kick the face. Okay, here we go. Number 1, Ben's going to shoot and stop, uppercut and hook, boom, 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 boom. Good. Number 2, other direction. Uppercut, hook. Do it again. A little closer, Ben. Boom, 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 boom. Good. And yeah. Okay, number 2 is going to be your knee. You're going to forearm block. And knee. Nice. Switch. And knee. Again. 2 more. Good. nice and fast. As soon as that foot hits the floor, boom, it's in the face. Nice. Okay, last one is the face push. You're going to actually push it out. So when your partner comes in, you're going to actually push it, and as your foot comes back, it's going to accelerate to the face. So Ben's going to shoot with his hands like that. Ooh, you can see that's a kick right across the lips. Oh, a little higher double leg, same thing. Ooh, oh, right across the lips. And again, retract that leg. Ooh, oh, so let's look at all three. He shoots. This is the hand. Good. Number two, the knee. Good. Number three, face push, face kick. Ooh, oh, nasty. One of my favorites is that face kick. Okay, we also have two options. You have the double quick tap, and either the knee to the face or shove, front kick, or knee, boom. Okay, so number one is the hands, straight to the bounce back front kick. Oh, front kick to the chops. One more time. Good. Number two, forearms, right to the knee. Oh, nice and fast. Look at the legs when they bounce back. Look at that again. Oh, okay. Now at the last second, because your partner keeps coming, you go to the head, you go to the arm, and you just snap them by. Knee. And snap. Oh, nice. Look at that again. Nice. And the reason I like this is because it'll allow you to punch the face as soon as he hits the ground. Back up a little bit this way. Slowly. Stop. Knee. Scoop. Punch face. Oh! Or jump knee to the rib. One more time. And double arm stop. Knee. Scoop. Oh, ah, good. And then usually this guy goes home of embarrassment. These are called our running takedowns. All part of kickboxing. You can use them. They really belittle people, take a ton of energy out of them. The first one, I have a code that I say, what time is it? And the guy goes, I don't know. And then he runs and hits a blast double. So let's say they're shadow boxing. So they're like sparring. Bam, what time is it? Oi! Okay. So the biggest thing, when I say what time is it, means shoulder shrug time, because you have to turn into a juggernaut. If you go like this and hit your partner with it, you're going to get a stinger in your neck. So again, what time is it? Whoa, good. And just for safety purposes, let's end with a punch to the face as soon as they land. So back up. Time is it? Oh, perfect. That's it. Because you want to try to hit your partner right before they hit the ground. And the backboard is the ground, and it uses your head like a basketball. Okay, this is called the Soto Gari, also known as an outside leg cut or a short leg cut. Ko is small, O is big, so we're going to go for the small, which is actually a rear leg kick. So you go to shadow boxing. Go. Good. Outside leg cut. Okay. Switch your lead. Same thing. Right hand, other leg. Yeah, shuffle your feet. Left leg. Good. So the biggest thing is to get in that hook and shove in his head. So on this one now, Ben, because he's left lead, Ben is going to just shuffle his feet. The other one was actually a forward step. Okay, let's see it. Shuffle your feet and easy, good. So this is called a Soto Gari against a same lead or opposite lead fighter. We're going to go Uchi Gari. Uchi is on the inside of the legs. So on the Uchi, we're going to do an outside leg trip with a push. So the biggest thing on this, square up, is when I step, I'm going to shuffle my feet. So if I'm left lead, I'm going to use my left leg and push. I use my right leg, or if I want to step, I go here. Okay, ready? Easy takedown. Uchi Gari. Rear leg. Away! Uchi Gari. Now the Soto Gari is usually when he's here. And what I'm going to do, this is called a running Soto Gari. I'm actually going to hop and throw an overhand at the same time. So when I go, I'm going to hop. So it looks like this. My head has to be down so I don't get thrown myself. Okay. That's it, Soto Gari, running Soto. Switch your lead. Hop. Way! Nasty throw. You can take it to the front leg or the back leg. Okay, this one is called a Putar Kepala. And all it is, you're going to get an under and an over. When your partner starts to shoot, you're just going to pass them through. You could go to an arm bar, or you could just pass them by and follow up. So it looks like this. And Vic's just going to roll through, so that's how we practice these. You just roll through. Good, easy. See? The more acceleration, the easier the roll. That is called the Putar Kepala. It's called the ear rip sequence, also known as an ear spin. You're going to have a guy get a plum or double necktie on you. He's going to go for a body lock, or he's going to go for over-under. Those are the three things or three positions you're going to use these from. Works really well off of a cage, and also a bad spot to really rip. Create space to get a knee or an elbow. Okay. So now, the first is a body lock. Vic's objective is to get to the ear and get to the shoulder, and he's going to step his hip all the way out and rip to create space. And there's no time between the time that the guy gets away and his hips are going away and your knee. Otherwise, he'll have time to set and lock. So as soon as you rip, he goes there, there's your knee. Nice, there's your knee. Okay, let's look at it again. He's got a body lock, hold on. On the body lock, you've got a hip seg first. Now you go to the ear, go to the shoulder, step to the outside, butt out, rip it, and that's your knee. Look at the elbow follow-up. Again. Rip it. Knee, ooh, elbow. Ah, it's right there. Perfect. Okay, number two. Next one. Next one here, number two. It's over under. Vic's going to reach his right hand all the way up, and he's going to circle all the way out and twist him down, get the space, go for the knee, the elbow, or the push away and punch and kick. Okay, again. Okay, reach to the ear, ass out, spin, hard, create space, knee, elbow, or push, and follow up. Good. So you either stay tight and work that elbow, or you create space and slug. Number three, the plum. Ben has the double necktie. Vic's going to hip in, head up, and he's going to reach all the way around. Now his hand's going to come all the way under the armpit. He's going to slide and step to the outside and spin and rip him, and that's your knee. Good. Again. Again. Grabs in, hips in, gets underneath, and really spins and rips them. And that's the best time because the guy's arm's up. His whole base is compromised. Again. Spin them, hip in, and bang. Good. So we have all three. Number one is a body lock. Hip seg first, hip seg. Okay, and rip, create space, and elbow. Number two, over-under position. 50-50. Reach over, get the ear, shove his shoulder, rip it, and get that knee fast, and get that elbow or the punch to the kickbox. The last would be the plum, the double necktie. Hip in and head up, get the ear, twist it. Good. If you look here on the plum, when he has a plum on you, okay, and first thing I do is I'm going to hip in and head up, and I'm going to get to here. When I go to here, you can also use this to sweep. Okay, this one is spectacular against a guy who jams you hard into the cage. You're going to do, this is an over-under, you're going to put an arm spiral and a lat pull, and you're going to twist and pull at the same time. As soon as they are off kilt, off balance, off center, you jump your knee into their chest. So, your back's close to the pole here, then runs you into the pole, over-under. So, that was just a rip. So if you look, let's go this side. Okay. My outside hand, switch home. Okay. This hand goes here. This hand's here, this hand goes here. So as he's pushing, look what I do. Let's do it again. And inside, and knee. Oh, again. Your partner's driving you, you get an arm spiral and a lat pull. Nice knee. Oh, right there, because he's off balance. And do it again. So you can see, right from here, as you're getting driven, you put your hand here, and your arm has to lock. Then all you're going to do is circle out and pull the lat. And you can actually throw people with that too. These are spin back kick setups. The first one is I'm like Billy Jack. I don't want to move, I want to stand my ground, so I'm just going to switch my feet. So you have a Muay Thai quick switch, which is here. You have a Taekwondo quick switch, which is this way. So when we're here and I'm fighting, all I'm going to do is switch my feet here. Woo, okay? As I do that, my kick's coming right to the liver. From low to high, point A to point B is at a straight line, straight up. It's not cocked. It goes from point A to point B. So you go here. It's super duper fast. My foot, when it hits the floor, doesn't even stay on the floor. It bounces, so it actually floats. So slowly. Okay. Notice how it floats. Real simple. Okay, number two. From right here, right kick. Whoop, come back. Back kick. Okay, right kick, come back, back kick. Number three, it's used from a back fist, and he boom, goes backwards, okay? Now he goes to the outside of my jab, very similar. He goes to the outside of my jab, okay? We're tight, I push him away, and I kick. You're tight, you push him, and you kick, okay? He throws a left kick, exact same time. Wow. And that's your back kick. It's called the bump and hit. Now the bump and hit, you can keep it simple or you can get complex. The first thing I'm going to do with the bump and hit is I'm going to lift my shoulder and punch his face. The next thing I do is I'm going to use my elbow and lift his face and hit his face. The third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my head under his head, lift his head up and hit his face. The next thing I do is I'm going to lean back and punch his face. Next thing from here is I'm going to punch my face. I'm going to put my head on his head and I'm going to move my head and punch his face. He's going to bring his head down low, so I'm going to actually punch behind my head. That's sometimes guys are hiding their head here, so you punch behind your head. Okay, again, you have this shot from right here. You're going to bump with your elbow or your shoulder. Next one is my shoulder and hit. And then you have your elbow bump him and hit. And you have, if you look at his knee, I knee bump him and hit. And the last is I'm going to push him a little bit, foot sweep, and uppercut. Okay. So again, one more time. Shoulder lift, hit. Elbow lift, hit. Head slice, hit. From right here, put your head on his head, move your head, hit. Lean back, hit. Punch behind your head, hit. Punch behind his head, hit. Shoulder bump, hit. Elbow bump, hit. Knee bump, hit. Push, foot sweep, hit. Okay, so these guys are going to come in. Number one is a shoulder lift, hit. Number two is an elbow lift, a hit. A head slice, head under the head, hit. Next one, put your head on his head, punch your face, move your face, hit. Lean back, hit. Shoulder bump, hit. Elbow bump, hit. Knee bump, hit. Could be an uppercut. Push them, foot sweep them, and hit. Shoulder lift, hit. Elbow lift, hit. Head slice, hit. Head on head, punch your face, move your face, hit. Lean back, hit. Punch behind your head, hit. Punch behind his head, hit. Shoulder bump, hit. Elbow bump, hit. Push, knee bump, hit. And push and foot sweep, and hit. Next, what we're going to do here is we're going to actually add the crashing cymbals off the body clinch. So Vic's going to body lock Ben. Ben's going to lean back, hold on, hip sag, and double cymbals to the body, double. Next is double to the head. Be careful of the ear. Double to the head, boosh. Then his elbows come back, and you're going to double uppercut. Double uppercut. The double uppercut works because Vic's elbows are back after you hit his body. Bang. Now you can push him and hit a 1-2. Good. Okay. So body lock, hip sag, double to the body, to the head. Okay. To the head, double uppercut. Bang, bang, push and hit. Okay. You also have a high-low, and then on the face, the twist. Double, double, high-low, one high, one low. Two to the head, double uppercut. You can also shear the head. Our guys in England call it the supersonic. They split the face. Yeah. You have one that goes high, left or right. Supersonic, you're actually getting a neck adjustment. It's a temple and a chin hit at the same time, low and high. Okay. This happens a lot when people tie up, especially for kickboxing. You kick, you tie up. He ties up. Okay, body 50-50, body lock, now you go double hits. Boom, and usually you push them away and hit them with a 1-2 or launchy pad or whatever. This is called cymbals crashing, body lock, double hit sequence. These are counters to the jab where I'm actually punching at the same time. Some of my favorites. When he jabs, first thing I do is I split. So I split high. Notice my pinky's high. Okay, that's your first one. The second one, when he jabs, some people actually use this hand. You can also do the same low. Split and go low. Okay, next you duck and you throw a hard right. Hard right. Okay, jabs, you slip and you uppercut. And last, swinging left hook, which is also here. And that's to the groin. So these are counters to the jab. If you look again, split high, split low, low cross, right uppercut, swinging left hook, a groin hook. You can also do one thing, which I like. It's a destruction. Ha! You hit the bicep. You just hit the bicep. Or even here, have them snip, where you're actually snipping. These are little ways you can counter the jab. Now what we're going to do, we're going to counter the cross. So when he throws a right hand, good. Always check, chin check. Good, okay. So number one, split. Okay, pinky high. Okay, next, low, low, liver, liver. You can also go with that as he hits you. Okay, or liver, long hook to the liver. Uppercut, 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 corkscrew hook, uppercut, corkscrew hook, and also lean back and right hook to the face. Put your hand up. It's also to the leg, to the kidney. You can hit the thigh, split it, uppercut, low cross, liver shot, low liver, uppercut, corkscrew, right overhand, swinging hook. These are all counters to the right cross. Okay, these are spin kick counters. Spin back kick. Ooh, first one. As soon as you see it, you put your elbows and your hands together. Just like that, okay? Now I'm gonna ride it. I see him spin. I go the way of his kick. If I'm gonna do that, I kick the support leg. Okay, next, he spins. Just put your shield up. Just like that. Okay, he goes again. Okay. Now, as soon as he spins, you teep the back. As soon as I see him spin, teep the back. You see him spin, kick the support leg. You see him spin, go with him. One of my favorites, you see him spin. Nasty pitchfork slam. As soon as he spins. Bang, right on his head. Now, one thing it's kind of lost in boxing is the push and then the shuffle. So here's a good drill. He's going to throw a 1-2. Now he's going to take his left hand and push. Now the push is either in the chest or the neck, and he's going to shuffle his feet. Now he's going to throw a 2-3, boom, boom, and now I'm going to walk at him. He's going to stop my shoulders, use my elbow and escort, pivot, and figure 4, or don't arm drag, shove the elbow, so it's actually an escort with a figure 8. So slow motion. I throw a 1-2, then I push, shuffle the feet, 2-3, he comes at me, whoop, stop, pivot, 2-3. So he throws a 1-2, he puts his hand out and pushes me and follows with a 2-3. I come back in, he stops, and now he goes to my elbow, pivots, 2-3, boom, boom. Great drill. This is one of the older methods of boxing where they use a lot of the hands to block, to stuff, and to manipulate and push to create space. Okay, so this one is the Michael Jackson kick. Back to the camera. All right, so hard kick, get back. Look at the leg. That sucks, you're hurt. Put your hands up, cover your face, like this, good. Okay, so it goes like this. Back up. And you're gonna stop, kick, or stub your foot on his face. Okay, come on in. Michael Jackson. Ooh, go. Oh, go. Ooh, one more time, go. And now, you're going to do a side kick. Ow. Side kick the face. Oh, good. Ooh, back and forth. Okay, this one sucks, but it works great. Same thing, put your right hand on here. Perfect. Jab, right kick. Look at the leg, outside the crescent. One more time. One more time. Okay, the follow-up is even nastier because once I hit, I'm going to go here and then here. Okay, one more time. You can see where there will be a knockout. No follow-up. That's it. Point that knee. Ah, nice. Good, let's follow up now. Jab, spin back. Way. Good. And go. That's it, nice. One more time. Oi! Go. Knock out. Oi! Okay, this is called the liver sequence. The liver sequence is fun. We can cover it right now. The first thing you're going to actually do is you're going to left switch kick. Now you're going to left shovel hook. Now you're going to left curve knee. Oh, now you're going to right knee. Oh, now you're going to spin back kick. Oh, so that's how you're going to overload the liver. Come on in, Ben. Right hand on your liver, both hands. Number one, switch left kick. Oi! Number two, shovel hook. Oh, long low hook, same thing, drop, long low hook. Oh, low right cross. Oh, curve knee. Oh, right straight knee. Oh, spin back kick. Oh, okay, let's see it. Switch kick, punch, knee, spin kick. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see it. Go. So when you hit that liver and they go, oh, you got an arsenal of follow-ups to hit and kill the liver. Liver loves lemon. These are what we refer to as the stopping sequence. And what it is he's going to throw a round kick at my leg. I'm going to evade, and then I'm going to come back with a punch. So the first one he's going to do, he's going to miss the kick, he's going to leave the leg in the air, and then he's just going to back kick the liver. So he's going to kick, I'm going to enter. That's the first one. Again. Okay, number one. Number two, he's going to let the foot hit the floor, and he's going to actually keep his butt facing me, and then he's going to kick. Whoop. So that's from the floor. Again. One more time. Whoop. Next, I'm going to back up, so he's going to actually shuffle his feet together and side kick. So slow motion. Whoop. Bang. Again. Up. Ow. Good. Now I'm going to back up farther, so he's actually going to back shuffle and side kick. Next, I'm going to move and he's going to spin back kick. Jumping. That's it. Good. You can even fake this and kick. Oh. Okay, next, he's going to kick. Now he's going to put his foot down. He's going to start to run that way, and as he runs, he's going to back kick. So these are called the kick miss sequences. Number 1, the leg stays in the air. Number 2, the foot hits the floor. Number 3, he shuffles. Number 4, he back shuffles. Oh. Number 5, he back spin kicks. Number 6, he jump spin back kicks. Oh. Number 7, he goes backwards. Run. Oh. That's it. Kick miss sequence.
So combination is going to start. I'm going to come back at him. He's going to follow up. So starting off a jab. I'm trying back jab. He's stopping with his right, punching jab cross hook. Low right, mid left. I kick right there. He's blocking, punching, and on the last punch, moving away. So I make sure it's moving away by throwing my jab. So starts with the jab. 1, 2, 3. Kick, block, kick, punch, and then move. Again. 2. Kick, block, 2, 3, and move. Okay, you stay too close right there. So make sure of your last right, move away. Go. That's it. Beautiful movement. Again, jab, kick, block. One more.
See.
Go. So, kick, whip, 1, 2, slide, go.
Yeah.
And that's it. Kick, punch, 1, 2, 3, whip, 1, 2, whip, there, and move. Yeah. Nice. Kick, 1, 2, whip, 1, 2, block. Nice. Last one. Boom. Kick, punch, whip, 1, 2, defend. Beautiful. Next drill is emphasizing lateral movement, working up the rope and just following and mirroring the person. When I'm holding, I'm trying to give as many problems as possible. So I want to make sure that Anthony can react fast to my movement and be in position to fire the same combo. Simple. Left, right leg low, and then left leg midline. Okay? So there's a good combination slow, low right, and then always something. So I'm here, we're standing in front of each other. I'm going to try to make it as difficult for him as possible by moving, and he has to be in front of me. If I fire right here, he has to come in front of me right away. Kick, and then move. A little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. Right here. 1, 2, 3, quick, and move. That's it. Strike me. Yeah. 1, 2, and then move. 1, 2, and then move. In front of me. Okay, I want to make sure that you stay right in front. That's it, right there. Good. Yeah. 1, 2, move. Left. 1, 2, don't come too close. Left. 1, 2, good. This is a technique that we use to get off the ropes. When we have a puncher coming at us, we use this space right here. What is important is to make sure that we don't step here and lean back into the rope and take the chance to go and flip over. Instead, you stay where you're at, okay? You're getting this range right here. My job is to, on the last jab, to step back, get this foot under the rope, and my weight on it and my shoulder, top of my back, bounce off the rope. And then I'm just bouncing off. No weight on my front leg. That's the leg that I use to kick. Okay? So punches are coming, the pressure back, and then come back with chasse and push with chasse. And then you can follow up or you can move around if you need to. So I'm gonna come, I really want to punch right there. So you have to take this step back to get away from my jab. Step, step, get this foot, no, get this foot under the rock. That's it. And then pick up your left and come back and punch. Okay? So your leg, your supporting leg is going back and then moving forward. So you're taking a full step from below the rope to being somewhere like a foot away from the rope when you actually deliver the kick. Okay? Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. You. 1, 2, 3. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Good. One thing you want to be careful at is making sure that this left hand is not low when you're leaning back because you're open for the punch. Okay? So it's right above your face. Block, block, back, and kick. Block, block, back, and kick. Nice. 1, 2, block, and then you turn. Very nice. So next one, what you're going to do is you're going to be kicking off the rope, but this time not pushing right off, using them as a support to keep your body in balance. This time your foot needs to be slightly in front of the rope and make sure that you find a good, comfortable top rope being right below your shoulders, shoulder blades. So when he's coming and punching, it can create some room right here and then just push. Okay, it's going to be more of a push right there where I can keep this leg going. If you keep trying to punch, I can just keep pushing and just keep this leg right there, alternating eventually if I want to. But I have this support right here that keeps me in balance and I can just keep pushing. Okay. Right here. Push it, knee up, foot up, higher. Good, push. Watch your elbows. Good, 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 good. Relax. Other leg. Same thing. Yes, faster. Foot up. Your foot has to be up higher, 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 higher the foot, higher the foot. Good. Okay, relax. Here's what I want you to work on. Bring this knee up. Bend this leg. Bend your leg. Knee up right here, as opposed to down there. And the foot coming up. Right there. Push from there. That's it. Push again. That's it. Push again. Yes. And let your body come with the kick. That's it. So you have this balance, this momentum that takes you from the back forward and you push with everything that you have. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, push, push, and then out. That's it. Again. 1, 2. Kick, push. There. Yes. Nice. And then back on the toes. 1, 2. Kick, kick, push. Too close. Good. Ready? 1, 2. Kick, kick, push. Yes, right there. Nice. So I come, chasse, step, yes, step, that's it. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1 step, 1 kick, that's it, just like we didn't come up before. 1, 2, 3, good. Take space, stop being chasse, follow up. 1, 2, 3, that's it, 1 step, 1 kick, good. Ready, go. Yeah, when I come, watch the timing. Make sure you stop me when I come. Yeah, that's it, step, step, good. Yes, there, good. And move. Okay, don't move into the punch. Go. Yeah. 2, 3, good. Watch your hands. Go. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's it. Yes, 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 good. Yes. Yes. That's it. Go. 10, 8, 10. Yes. And don't step too close, okay, for your spin. Come on. tellement. Okay, next drill, all I'm going to do, I'm going to be a standing target right in front of him. It's going to be punching and kicking non-stop. The idea is that he keeps firing one punch after a kick after a punch without stopping. And go. Okay, so ring, I mean, you have to understand how you use it to the best of your abilities. If you're more of an aggressor, obviously you're going to try to keep the center and move and push the other person to the outside. Personally, I like to be outside. That's a game that I like to play because it emphasizes the defensive aspect and kicking on the way back with the legs. So I like that. It fits my lateral movement, used to. And I'm not much of an aggressor, but at times it's also important to be able to take the center, to slow down the pace and be able to settle down and slow down the aggressor as well, because we can only be running and kicking so many times for so long. We need to be able to alternate the paces, control the pace, but alternate as well.
Following are 3 advanced focus mitt combinations. These drills are too long and complex to break them down here on video. We're going to show them in slow motion so you can get an idea of what they are, but please check your outlines that are included with this course for the full breakdown of these drills.
Sit. Number 2. Under, roll, sit. Number 3. Roll. under, roll, slip, slip, pull back. Wah. Good job. Pull back. Nice.
Okay, this is a collar tie sequence. He throws a jab cross. I'm gonna just get here, and I wanna stay right here, and my whole objective is to sit here and work this thing. What's gonna happen is he's gonna get out somehow. That's perfect for your overhand, okay? So try it. Grab, collar tie, uppercuts, uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. When he bobs and weaves out, boom, boom, nice. And switch. Collar tie and hit. Try to get as many uppercuts as you can in the row. Many, as fast as you can get. Followed by an overhand as soon as they pop out. That's it. Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. That's it. Tie him up, uppercut, uppercut. He gets out. Oh, you can see it. There it is. Perfect. Okay, the next is going to come in from an overhook or an underhook. All the same thing. You can underhook your partner. If I underhook, I'm going to be pushing and hitting and creating space or creating space here. If I overhook, it's the same thing. I want to keep my head here and I want to be hitting and working my knees. Underhook is the same thing. My hand can come in to all these different positions, but you're going to be working all your hits and switching to your underhook with your hips in or your overhook. You just got to be careful of the trips and the throws. Your hips have to always be below their hips, and your goal is to collar tie, to collar tie, to collar tie, to collar tie. If he grabs me, I'm using here or using my brace here. Grab, go ahead and grab me. Using your brace to stop the grab, to push away, to hit. Then you can work your collar ties and your pushes, arm drag and hits, holds from here to hit, switching from side to side, cross gripping, hitting here. Hit, cross grip and hold. If you can actually get the hand here, this is really good to hit. You can also come from the back. This is a template to hit from the back side. Okay, and you're going to kind of play with the hand positions, pushing here, collar tying and hitting, collar tying, hand pushing, underhooking, overhooking, switching. Coming in, body locking me, I'm sagging back, I'm still hitting, creating space, hitting, kneeing, switching to the back, uppercut hooks, controlling an arm. Okay, have fun.
Now we're going to be looking at making this fighter not only learn the techniques, but also be very conditioned with the pads. So conditioning is fantastic with Thai pads. It can be used to really develop that good cardio that they need to be a great fighter. So we may start off the round like this: 5. 5. And we may do whatever in between, and then 5. And 5 on the end. So that has to do with a little bit of conditioning. That would be the first round that I would start off with a more intermediate fighter, maybe at 5. Later on, a more advanced fighter, I'm going to move up to 10. So I may start with 5 as warm-up. The second round, we may move up to 10. Third round, we may move up to 15. Fourth, up to 20, so on and so forth, so that they're really busting out a minimum of 80 kicks per round, and then whatever they do in between. So they're really busting 100 kicks per round. And if they do that, and they don't kick in their fight, they're in trouble. So, you know, that's my philosophy. If they're moving those legs all the time, they shouldn't have any problem doing it automatically when they get into the ring. Going back to our intermediate style of pad holding, some of the other ways that we'll build cardio would be like this: 5 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this way they're really moving all the time, getting their cardio built. At the same time, they're doing sport-specific movements. So now with the more intermediate style fighter, I'm going to be looking at holding these pads a bit differently. So for that low kick, I'm actually holding them on my leg to give him real simulated effect. We don't want to be too far out. You know, this one gives him actually a little bit of a distance that's beyond where my leg normally would be, which doesn't hurt a new fighter because it allows them to drive through the target. But this one's a lot more realistic. Now, a common mistake on this is people will put their knuckles right here, and that hurts. Or another common mistake would be putting the elbow straight. If you get kicked on that elbow, it's going to be bad news. So what we want to do is get the knuckles a little bit below the thigh and the arm bent for best protection of you and your fighter. Now, people who are new to kicking pads with me, sometimes I'll go and they'll do like he just did. They'll think, oh, I can't kick him as hard as I can. And the truth is if you hold these pads correctly, yep, no problem. So there isn't any problem holding those pads. So long as you do it correctly, you're not going to have a problem. For the inside leg kick, now, you notice how I move back? Yeah, so there's a reason for that. I want to make sure, you always want to make sure you trust the person you're working with, and if you're not sure, then move the jewels out of the way. So, pop, pop, yeah, pop, pop, yeah, pop, pop. And you notice what Craig's doing really nicely is he's just turning really quickly on that kick. And what we want to see with that inside kick, a real common mistake that we see a lot, is we see people step and then kick when they do that inside kick. If he steps and kicks, it not only brings him too close, but the right hand is just right there for me all the time. So if he can punch me that fast, let him. The idea is that that kick comes in right now. And you can see that if I get up on the ball of my foot and I turn, that it's plenty powerful
Yeah.
that is plenty powerful, and you don't need that step and that unnecessary movement. Sometimes it's better to whittle away some of the excess movements, make them quicker, but find something that's in between. And we always talk about speed and power and marrying the two. I'm going to get into that in a minute when we talk about training fighters. So that inside kick, again, he just turns that right in there. It's nice and powerful, and he can lead right off of that into something else. Double. Yeah, double. Yeah. And yeah, nice. So that you can see it's constant movement. When you're holding pads for any fighter at any level, your head you have to think ahead. Just like a chess game, like when you're fighting, when you're actually fighting, like anything else, you have to think ahead. You have to be ahead of them to give them the target first. If you're going, okay, one of those, then it's not really benefiting either of you. As a pad holder, a lot of people say they don't like to hold pads. They just want to hit pads all the time. There are a lot of benefits to holding pads. One of the greatest ones is that you can develop your eye to see things when you're fighting. So holding pads can be like very beneficial for fighters. I think that everybody should do it. There's some myth going around that, you know, people shouldn't have to learn how to hold pads, only pad holders should. Well, what happens when they die? So, you know, bottom line is everybody should learn how to hold pads and learn how to do it properly and learn how to, you know, work the fighter, train the fighter, and be able to use that time as well as a fighter to start to develop eyesight, timing, thinking that to be one step ahead of the person in front of you. So pad holding can be really, really super beneficial besides just, you know, besides just for the person hitting them. So now we're going to get into a little bit more about what I talked about the speed and power, marrying the two. And everybody's heard the term lead with speed, follow with power. It works, obviously. It's worked for many champions for many years. And so a lot of times what I try to do is to get these guys working speed first and then power, and then they learn to marry the two. So one of the things that I'll do to develop speed is same hand techniques. Same hand techniques develop a type of speed called transitional speed. It allows them to quickly transition into some other movement very quickly and effortlessly. So this type of speed is important. Can you pick up the speed a little bit for me? I want pop, pop. Yeah, so just really quick. I don't want power, I want speed. Come on. Yeah, just make it pop. Tap it and then tap it again. Nice. Tap it and tap it again. Nice. Now, no hesitation between. Give me 10. Go. Now, notice how he slowed down a bit when he had to put more than one together. So one of the things that he can benefit from is that type of a speed training, transitional speed training, where it's just pop, 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 really quick. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Very little movement. You're taking out a lot of movement. Remember I spoke earlier about removing movement rather than adding movement and removing some of the unnecessary movement. He's kind of winding his body up. He's well trained. He's winding up for power. But if he takes some of that out and just uses just that hand. Now faster. There you go. Nice. Yeah. See, now he's relaxed a little bit. He's concentrated and he's now putting in a lot more speed. Going back to another method of drawing out speed. See, it's the same hand and we just want to do that same type of a thing. This will be much more natural for most of your fighters. because they're able to get enough speed out of it that they're happy. See, fighters have been trained so much that power is so important that they forget how important speed is, and they hate it. They hate just doing speed and not power. They hate taking power out. But what's really important to me is that I get to hit him. If I don't get to hit him, the power doesn't really matter. If I throw the most power, and this is, you know, when I fought, it was one of my strengths and one of my weaknesses. One of my strengths and weaknesses was that I was a very powerful puncher. But if I punched you and I hit you, you knew it. And maybe you found out later when you woke up. But I would really load up to do it. And that was a weakness. So my power, my strength actually became a weakness for me because I would load it up. When I learned to marry the two, speed and power, everything changed for me. And I've never been traditionally fast, so some of the techniques that I'm showing you right here are things that I use to develop more fast twitch, more transitional speed, being able to go from one thing to the next. Another one we may do is this one. Now you can see he's making real nice, sharp, small movements. That definitely benefits speed. He's keeping a fair amount of power in it, which is, I'm not going to be mad at him about it, but he's keeping a fair amount of power in it, but the movements are all nice and short and tight, and that's what we're really training them for in this particular, you know, session or exercise. Now, how do you take this and apply it into Muay Thai, because this has all been boxing so far with this hand movement. So what I want to do is I'm going to just have him do speed right now. First we're going to build it. So we go jab, jab, uppercut, jab, uppercut, and power. Yeah, nice. So jab, reach all the way out, jab, jab, uppercut, jab, uppercut, and give me that power. Come on, I want that power right away. Go jab, jab, uppercut, bam, right away. Jab, jab, uppercut, bam, yeah, jab, jab, uppercut. Now, you're going to notice something that I'm doing right now. You may notice it, is that I'm walking backwards. This is how you train a fighter to move forward. You don't have to ask them to move forward. You just simply walk backwards, and they learn to walk forward. Now, on the other hand, when you're training professional fighters or high-level fighters, it's super important that they understand distance, and they must learn to fight moving forward and backwards. This is a highly overlooked training method by a lot of great instructors out there that stand and hold pads beautifully, but they stand in one spot. I think that footwork is extremely important, and I think it should be explored, and I think it should be done, but I don't think it should be overemphasized. I think that it can be easily taught by simply moving What I'm teaching him right now by this type and this method of pad holding is how to cut off a fighter that likes to run around the ring. I'm not having to tell him anything. All I have to do is, as I move around him, I have to give him that cue. And remember, I said at the beginning that pad holding is all about communicating something to your fighter. I learned from Ajahn Rex, who just communicates like he makes music with him. It's amazing. So for me, you know, I can communicate with him without saying anything. Cut him off. Make sure you cut him off. Don't let him get around you. Cut him off. And power, power. So I just communicated to him right there that when you get somebody hurt, you have to follow them. So very simply, when I gave him the signal for power, I walked back just like I was an injured fighter. I walked back just like he had hit me with that punch. And that causes him to automatically see that, and that communicates that to him. So when he's fighting, he never has to think about that. If you hit somebody with power, they move back, he moves right in, it's just automatic. So all of these things we communicate through Thai pads and Thai pad training. Remember I said you have to move forward and backwards. Probably the hardest thing for people to learn or to be very good at, both pad holders and fighters, is to be able to fight moving backwards. Nobody wants to move backwards. Now, most of our fighters move forward. We're aggressive, and that's a great style. But there is a point where you're going to run into somebody that's not going to move back. And you're going to have to learn how to move and fight backwards. So how we do that is simply this. So you can see he's learning how to fight while he's moving backwards. The first thing I did when I moved into him was I held the pad, but I changed the distance. I walked in, and he has to automatically compute that, oh, this is too close. So he adjusts automatically. You notice I don't have to say a whole lot to him. I don't have to talk to him a lot. I don't have to do that. The pads communicate everything. When I walk in like this, he knows he's got to get that distance because he knows what his distance is for the punch. Craig's very good at that. He already understands his distance. For a newer fighter, when you're training them for distance, it's really critical that you keep them at their optimal distance. So for a newer fighter, I may touch them here and make them stay here for the jab. Jab, 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 jab. So I'm forcing him to use the maximum distance and to reach all the way out with those punches just by giving him a little one of these and keeping him away a little bit so that he uses his maximum distance. Sometimes you have to train that to a newer fighter. As they begin to know distance, you can start to really push that envelope. You can start to move in at them or move away from them very quickly. You can start to move to the side. So they have to learn to fight backwards, forwards, and how to cut off a fighter who wants to run around them in the ring. So these are all critical things with regards to, pad holding. All right, this is a short round, just displaying some of the different techniques that I've showed you that I've learned in my pad holding career. I'm going to share that with you now with Craig. So he's going to hit pads for 2 minutes. I'm going to make him nice and tired, but not too tired because I think he's going to have a part in this later on. All right, here we go. Speed. Speed. Pop, pop. Good. Speed. And power. Let's get speed and power. Good. Nice. Speed and power. Good. Speed and power. Look for it. Yeah. Good. Speed and power. Look for that target. Nice. Give me that power. I want that pad. There you go. And bang. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Come on. Nice, nice. Speed. Speed, double it up. And double. And boom. Bang that leg. Come on. Ah, yeah, nice. Yeah. 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 Come on. and 5. Nice, and 5. So one of the things that when you're a pad holder, remember you're a trainer, and when we were talking about distance, sometimes I'll do something like this. Now that's way too far for a cross. He's going to be walking into something, so what I'm asking him to do is actually put that teep up here. So when he sees this, he registers, oh, it's a little too far for a straight right punch. Let me go ahead and teep up there. And so we might do this and then follow right off of it, because we want right after he hits him to follow. That's one of the keys to training fighters and training successful fighters and champions, is that they don't wait and get hit. They don't just block and not return, but it's an immediate return. It's what we like to call touch and go kind of stuff. So we're going to work with a little bit of touch and go stuff right now. One of the touch and go things that we might do is like this. I may kick him in the leg. Now what I want him to do is just to pick it up and fire right away. Now there's only 2 real good responses for Muay Thai when you get kicked to the leg and you block it. One of them is not a rear round kick. And the reason being is because they're in a good enough position to hit you, and you walk basically right into it. You're a really close distance for that kick. So one of the returns that makes sense is the straight punch followed by maybe kicks, punches, and kicks. The other one that we might do off of this leg kick would be a return left body kick, because if they do start to fire the right hand, they're going to think twice when they see the left body kick coming. They're going to want to protect themselves, so it stops that from coming. So those are our 2 basic responses. So let's just see if we can get those responses really quickly. Now you notice I'm leading him on this. As I'm kicking him, the pads are already there, so he knows what's going on. One of the things that he doesn't know is what that second one might be. So this type of a training allows him to have to see things as they happen, which is really how fights occur. It's really how things happen in the ring. When you get in the ring, again, if you have a plan and you're going to stick to this plan because this guy is going to do this certain thing, what if they don't? Then you're stuck. So you've got to be able to learn how to transition, how to see things, and that's one of the ways we might do that. Now, with regards to an inside kick, there are a couple of basic responses. One of them would be that step back and fire right away. So he's just going to move it just outside of distance and return before I can recover from that kick. And that's the type of speed that we're looking for. Did a really nice job with that. Boom. Just like right away, so that they can't do and back out. So we want them to really return quickly. And again, what you communicate to your fighter when you hold pads is what your fighter is going to do in the ring. So super, super important. Now he may block it with his knee here, and we'll just go right back into that same type of a sequence. So I may trick him and have him do same side, or opposite side techniques at any particular time. One of the nice things about pads is that you can really mix things up and you can shift gears at any moment. So if I wanted a right kick followed by a right cross, and I really want to develop that, I just do this. And he has to get to position to throw that cross immediately. He gets there pretty good, but a beginning fighter may have a little harder time getting to that position. That transition will take them a little bit of time, but as soon as they get it, they can now fire right kick, right cross combination and follow right off of that at any time. Now, there are other things that I may do with him for touch and go. One of them may be I may teep. See, if he does parry it, I'm going to make sure that he's got a target right away. And again, what we want, timing-wise, is we want him to actually hit me before my foot hits the ground. So that's the type of timing you want in the fight. So that's the type of timing you're going to use on the pads. Another one we might do is body kick. So I may just reach up and body kick. Now he may parry it. Again, same thing. We want him to move in right away. He may bring up that knee and block it. And again, same thing. We want him to move right away. He may catch it. So if he catches it, we may give him any sort of a target, elbow, that we want to see him follow with based on the distance that he's at. So catching the kick, I'll go into a couple of things about catching a kick really quickly. When the kick comes, you have to move with it. If you stand there, you're going to really feel that in your ribs. So it's highly recommended that you move with it. I also recommend that you keep your hand up, because sometimes if you put your hand down, they can switch levels on the kick and come up over. So I recommend to actually take this on the body here. Now, if I go like this, which I used to do this a lot, can you pull your leg out? Yeah, he can. Kick comes, boom. See, now I have time to get him. If I do overhand, easier for him to pull it out because all I really have is this grip. Where he's relying on is gravity. He's relying on the ability to pull down. And when my grip is underneath, it gives me a little bit better grip. So after he catches, let's try and do that catch and then follow for me. So after he catches the kick, boom, yeah, that's good, you did it. Yep, and just like that. Aha, yeah, go, go. See, as a pad holder, you have to be able to adjust too. Because sometimes fighters get excited. He had my leg. He's like, I got him, I got him, I got him. And he's thinking fight, and I'm thinking I want him to do something else. But sometimes he's going to do what he's going to do, and it's better to let him do what's natural and to just move into that position and let him do that than to try to take him too much out of, you know, what he's comfortable doing, what he's comfortable countering with. So for me, that's another important part of being a good pad holder. In order for your body to learn something and to be able to do it quickly, it actually develops its myelin sheath from the neurotransmitters to the muscle. And in order to do that, I believe that if you hold it up and they see it and they do it, that's much more effective than calling out numbers. If you call out numbers, they have to compute the number and then transmit it, and I think that slows them down. So for me, I don't really use that, although at times I may be holding mitts and I may say 4 straight. Just because he may not know that this is for 4 straight, he might think it's a jab cross, hook cross combination. So I may communicate to him on that level, or 4 count, which would be jab cross, hook cross combination. If he's not sure when I hold up the pads, I may give him some insight that way. But I never go, 1 is a jab kick combination, 2, it's hard enough when you're in there in the fight. When you're in the moment, you're fighting, and you see opportunities, and your coach is yelling, number 17! And you're going, okay, what is number 17 again? Oh yeah! By that time, it's too late. So, you know, my opinion, it's not a very effective method of training, but I will show you another much higher advanced level of pad holding. And this is going to take some skill. There's not many people that can do this. It just takes doing it over and over and over. And this level is where I will just hold things out here, and he'll do whatever he wants to do. Yep, anything he wants to do, he's going to do it. and I'm just going to be there for him. Yep. Now you can throw knees, you can throw kicks, you can throw anything. I'll be there. Okay. So just. Now, in this particular style, I'm letting him kick my legs because timing-wise, if I'm going to be up here and catching everything that he's throwing at me, taking time to come down here to do that is not really wise. I just let him kick me in the legs. It doesn't hurt. Well, you know, it doesn't hurt. So, you know, it helps develop the legs and get used to, you know, getting kicked so long as he's not, you know, using full force. Then it doesn't really matter, and it allows him some freedom to move up and down. And you notice how he did that very naturally. You know, the pad holding that he's been doing allows him to just naturally go from punches to kicks, body, leg, back to body, knees, elbows, back to punches. It just really, really flows, and that's what this type of pad holding does. I don't suggest that you try this at full speed if you've never done it before. I suggest that you work with your partner and just have them go slow and see if you can catch everything that they throw at you, but do it at a speed and a power where neither of you is going to get hurt. So that's you can develop that with some practice, and you know, it's a lot of fun. One of the other things that I may do with him to generate movement. A lot of Muay Thai gyms or trainers, you know, some of them have a really good boxing background. They get head movement, they get you know, body movement, they get a lot of that footwork. And you notice that I got a lot of footwork out of him just by the way I was holding pads without having to explain it or teach it. But the head movement is something entirely different. So what I may do is like 4 straight. 4 straight again. 4 straight. Yep. Okay, 4 straight with the left lead. And 4 straight with the right. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 4.
You mess it up every time.
That's all right. Just take your time, relax. What I want is calm, concentrate, relax. You know, it's not the world title on the line here. Just give me 4 nice, light movements, and then here's what I want. I want you to keep your eyes, your body focused on everything around you, so that you're not just trying to do a pattern, but you're trying to see what's coming, because I may change it on you. Now, see, what I just did is refocused him, and it seemed to work really, really well. One of the things as a fighter, you know, I was a professional fighter. I've trained a lot of champions, and fighters are really tough on themselves in general. Not every fighter, but they really are. And in the gym, it's critical that the fighter be able to be like a duck. That means the water rains, it rains, duck, it just rolls right off the duck's back. Because if you develop that in the gym, then when they get in the ring or the cage or wherever they're fighting, then they'll be able to do the same thing. There's no time and no room to self-criticize yourself in the ring. If you make a mistake, make it look like you meant to do that. That's the idea. So, you know, I mean, that's really how you might think that all these fighters mean to do exactly what they do every time. Not really. Well, sometimes what we do is we make it look like we meant to do that. So if we make a mistake, we just simply capitalize on it and move on. We let it roll off our back like water on a duck. And that's something that you can develop with proper pad holding, being able to refocus like I just did with Craig. Just tell him, listen, it's not a big deal. Relax, concentrate, pop, pop, pop. And it really worked well for him. He really got that. So that's an example of something I might do. Now, something I do not do when training a Muay Thai fighter is I do not do bob and weave. Bob and weave is very dangerous for a Muay Thai fighter, so I do not train bob and weave. I will train slips, movement. I'll teach them how to move back. So I want you to move back. Yep, and we're going to come back in. Good. So back, back in. Yep, back, back in. Here we'll just go hook, pop, pop, pop. So we'll train in and out movement. We'll train movement this way. And if you notice, when Craig slips, he does a very nice job at just turning his body. He dips a little bit, he turns his body. That hand goes straight across here. There's really not much chance I'm going to hit him if I'm committed. Now, one of the things that we communicate with the pads when we teach slipping is this. You ready? Okay. So what I just did is I let him know that his movement was premature. So when you're teaching defensive techniques, the most effective way to do most defensive or slipping, evading techniques is to wait until the person who's throwing the attack is completely committed. And so if he moves before that, I follow him, I track him, and let him know that I could have tracked him. So that's another way to communicate to a fighter. This is a more high-level stuff. If I throw a straight punch and he gets right out, he waits till the last second, it's beautiful. Love it. So nothing wrong with that. If he moves too soon, I'll let him know. If he moves at the last second, which is good, then that's beautiful. That's what we want to see. So that's another way of communicating with the Thai pads. Training physically will definitely affect your mental outcome. Training on the pads like we just did is going to give your fighter a lot of confidence that they can do what they need to do when they get there. They're going to have a lot of things on their mind, especially if they're new. They're going to be wondering about what it's going to be like, who's going to see them, what their fighter, if their fighter's mean looking. They're going to be having all these things going through their head. And the last thing that you want to have going through their head is, did I do enough, or am I well prepared? The pad holding, I think, and the type of training methods, I think, is super, super important. If you do that, you give them an advantage mentally right away. There are other things that are super important mentally for a fighter. I'm sure you saw me doing that during the training, is just giving them encouragement. I'll correct them, but I want to give them encouragement because I think that that's really, really important. Some fighters will tend to respond better to, the little pad hit that I gave him when he moved too slow, and some fighters will respond better when you say, hey man, that was great, that was awesome. Most people respond to, that was great, that was awesome. So those are just some words from me to you guys. I hope that you enjoy the video series. Erik's a great guy. He's putting on something really, really cool here for you, and I think you guys are going to get a lot out of this series. And I hope that you enjoy it and that you got something from my little part in it. Sawadee Krap.
Conditioning is important. Running, jumping rope, hitting the heavy bag, shadow boxing, partner drills. Sparring is actually a privilege, not a right. And a lot of people think that sparring is actually a right, but realistically, it's a privilege that you have when you do all the other stuff. The reason you're able to spar and to do really well in sparring is because you've done all the other homework. You've ran, you've stretched, you've conditioned, You've done timing drills, you've hit the heavy bag, you've hit the focus mitts, kicked the tie pads, the kicking shield, and that is what's going to make you ready to get ready to spar. Sparring, on the other hand, the biggest thing with sparring is that you start out slow, so you work your timing, and then towards the end you want to work that pressure, so you're going to be firing more combos. Always throw in numbers of 3 and 5s. Don't try to just throw 1s and 2s. Especially for striking, 3s and 5s are good numbers to always go back on. And footwork. When you're tired, your upper body moves. When you're not tired, your feet get you in and out of trouble.
Okay, good. Now, there's 5 things we usually do before we spar. So just to show you, the first warm-up that I'm going to do is going to be my nose. I'm going to warm up my nose. Second, I warm up my eyes by hitting my face. Third, I got to warm up my jaw. Next, I have to warm up my neck. And then the last, I warm up my lungs and oxygenate my system by keeping my hands up and going. And now I step in and I'm ready to spar. So that's going to be, first thing, nose, eyes, jaw, neck, and then hyperventilate for 15 times, step in, and you're ready to spar. Plus, you'll scare people. Get him, Max.
Looks like Rita and his uncle sparring.
Drilling.
Oh, we're rolling.
Yeah.
We like to come to Pepe's and get optimum nutrition for the sports that we do, which are, what is that again? Kickboxing, Thai boxing, Savate, cross training, and Erik's gonna have, what is it, pizza burger?
Yeah, I'm carbing up for this one. I'm gonna have a burger. I'm getting all greased up for this one.
Come on.
Cheese. I'm gonna order a hamburger.
Erik's still
All the
wondering.
meat.
Eric still thinks that I'm not on the team. Hey, I'm totally on the team, man. I want the video to turn out great. I think it's going to turn out great. He wants us to take over some of the center of attention, but you know what? It's Erik's tapes, man.
Doesn't matter.
He's just saying that. He really wants to be.
We have enough.
He really likes to be in the center. As you can see, he's talking over me.
No, I'm not.
He really likes to be the center of attention.
Yeah, but they're going to insert little jokes and tidbits here and there anyways. It's you guys that are selling things, not me.
We're not selling them.
Well, the whole thing is
You're selling.
we're all selling.
Oh, we're all selling. Yeah, but you're the name behind it.
There's
Eric
no
Paulson.
name, it's talent. It's
World shoe wrestling light heavyweight.
It's a trophy. All it is a trophy. I need some talent. I need all you guys' talent. That's what it's important to have.
People want Paulson.
And I'm talking about the whole, like the STX concept. It gets the entire, like, Inosanto realm out there. Anyways, the up-and-coming star, Jonathan Eusebio, very famous in Thailand, originally from China and the Philippines, now local here in Los Angeles, California. Jonathan has had numerous fights, no scars, no proof. Exactly, he has no scars, but plenty of proof. We've got fight footage. We've got stories. What else? I mean, just look at it.
Legends.
Look at him go.
Songs.
Plus,
Folk songs.
plus, you know, he and his brother, you know, those are the two upcoming stars.
Star.
It's the J&J team. That's why we call him JJ. A lot of times, Paul, it was Chad's invention, this.
Nylon. Long ago. Or someone stole it from him, so he just went ahead and printed some stuff on it. That's the best.
Millionaire.
Yeah, baby.